How do we move from panic to peace on the cancer journey? I think this is something we've all pondered because we found ourselves in a state of panic. But it is possible to move from panic to peace. Here's a few thoughts. Panic is often one of the first emotions we feel with the cancer diagnosis. I remember when I was first diagnosed, waking up from my colonoscopy and finding out I had a mass and then waiting for biopsy results for a few weeks. Definite panic emotions, like my life's turned upside down, no idea what's going to happen or how serious it is at first, anything like that. So if we look at that, kind of take a step back, panic comes when something big happens that's threatening and overwhelming. So peace, in contrast, comes when we have confidence in something, like our future. So I guess the first point I think is important is that peace and panic can exist at the same time. In other words, we don't have to have zero panic in order to have peace. They can coexist. There's space for both. Not that we feel them at the same time, but I can feel peaceful today and also have thoughts of panic. So in a way that makes our job easier, because instead of eliminating panic, we're creating space for peace, enlarging our space for peace in our life, in our emotions. That's the first point. The second point, if we think of panic as an outcome, right? It's an outcome of cancer news, a diagnosis, right? Something was told to us that blew us away. Panic results. Peace is also an outcome. But what are the inputs that create peace? I think one of them is anchoring. Right? We have to anchor to the things that are important to us and that can sustain us. Our beliefs, our values, other things that transcend just day to day. So anchoring. My father-in-law was in a hurricane once. They were sailing in the South Pacific, and when the hurricane was approaching, instead of putting one anchor out, he put out 10 anchors. Right? A lot of them were homemade. But his ship survived the storm. And I like the principle there that if we know a storm's coming, maybe we need more anchors. Right? You can never underestimate the power of a good anchor. So anchoring is super important. Another important thing about peace as it relates to confidence, I think peace comes as we're confident that we're doing what we can. Right? We're understanding what we can, we're doing what we can, and we're trusting the rest to others, to God, to ourselves. So there's elements of trust, there's elements of hope. Hope is a belief that tomorrow can be better than today. I think all those things give us space where we can experience peace, even in the middle of things that might otherwise make us panic. So I'd love your thoughts. And I'm going to work on this some more. I think being able to transition from panic to peace is a powerful process to go through. But here's some initial thoughts to get our brains going.